Has your mother ever told you birds of a feather flock together? Well, if you want to hear what God's Word has to say about that, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Today we're in Proverbs 13:20. Here's what God's Word has to say. Walk with the wise and become wiser. Associate with fools and get in trouble. It reminds me so much of what my mother used to say about birds of a feather flock together, wanting to know who I was hanging around with, what mischief that I might be getting into. And sometimes I may have been the biggest fool of them all, leading others astray. So, when we think about that in a biblical sense and what we're doing, how we're hanging around, who we're hanging around with, I'm certainly not saying let's not hang around with people that are non-Christians, but I think we do have to guard our heart and realize that the people that we're hanging around with, are we drawing them closer to Christ, or are they drawing us closer to the world? Peer pressure is a real thing at any age. Sometimes people say, well, Jesus used to hang around with a bunch of sinners. And that's true, because everyone compared to Jesus is a sinner with his perfect, because he was perfect. But is that really true? I know he had his band of disciples, but was he really just hanging around with sinners, or was he teaching sinners? And were they learning from him? Are we setting the best example for them and showing them Jesus inside of us? And we can only hope that we do more times than we don't. I hope this gives you something to think about this week in this small bit of Proverbs and Wednesday's Word. We really appreciate you tuning in. Share it with your friends. I hope it gives you something to think about. God bless you. Keep looking up, and we'll see you next week.